Hey baby, so listen, I got a word for you today. Yeah, if you come across this message, this is for you. Make sure you listen to the end. So, do you realize there's no one like you? Do you realize that you are wonderfully and uniquely made? The hairs on your head are counted. Like hits, no one can do what you do like you do. No one has your fingerprints. No one has your footprints. You are literally one of a kind. So, how do you get to the space where you begin to manifest what God has for you in this lifetime? I'm glad you asked. You are so unique that God said that before He formed you in your mother's womb, He knew you. He knew you. So what does that mean? That means that before your mother and your father ever decided to get together and create you, God had already knew you. So why did He choose them, right? See, what you got to understand is that when you have made up your mind that you're going to do it God's way, that you're going to fulfill your purpose in this earth, you'll find yourself in isolation. You'll find yourself being separated from those that you thought would be coming with you, from those that you thought loved you. You start to begin able to see people's evil ways. You begin to start to see how set apart you are. But what you got to realize is everybody doesn't get the opportunity to hit rock bottom. Rock bottom is a blessing, because at rock bottom, you get to discover your foundation. See, and that is what God wants to uproot. See, He chose your mother and your father because He knew that there were certain traits, there were certain things in them that would manifest, that will cause you to go through what you went through, so that when you got to rock bottom, you'll be able to see it for what it is, and you will be able to uproot it. And not only will you uproot it, but you will overcome by the power of your testimony. So that means that everything that you go through was already thought of, was already put in place so that you can get through it. See, this is why the Bible wants us to have faith. Because He doesn't want us to get stuck in our circumstances. He doesn't want us to only see the things that we see with our naked eye as evidence that this is all that there is. With faith, we get to vision. We get to listen to what God has given us and make it become our reality by faith. So don't ever think that you are like the person next to you, that you are like the person behind you, that you are like anybody. God created you for a purpose, and it is your time. It is your moment. It is your season to continue to uproot everything that no longer serves you. Because only then will God be able to bless what He has hidden in you. God has a jewel in you. You have purpose in you. That is what He wants to cultivate. That is what He wants to come to the surface. But a lot of times it's suppressed by our childhood upbringing. It's suppressed by the people who claimed to love us but didn't love us and wanted us to think that we were who they said they were, that we are. But the key is that when you get in isolation and you're dealing with your foundation, that's why God says renew your mind. You get to uproot everything that no longer serves you, everything that the enemy meant for evil. You will learn that God meant it for good. Hence, you overcome by the power of your testimony. God will use everything. God will use everything. And just a little transparency this morning, because I was so blessed. I have a 3-year-old son, okay? A 3-year-old son. And when I tell you he has so much energy and he talks a lot, he has my personality. So he is a lot to deal with. Okay? And sometimes he just do not listen. And this morning, we're getting out of the house, okay? I gotta go clock in, okay? He gotta go where he gotta go, okay? And I'm like, baby, I have an IDT meeting. I cannot be late, okay? I'm frustrated. I got a little headache. I'm like, oh Lord. So I get in the car and I just pray. I say, Lord, help me with this boy. Help him listen to me. I know he's 3, and I know that he's going to have his challenges and he has to learn some things. But Lord, I need some help because help my patience. I prayed. And let me tell you how God works and how he'll answer your prayer right in there. But you got to have the discernment to know that God heard you. So we riding in the car, right? His car that he's playing with drops on the floor. So I'm driving. I can't stop and get the car. I'm like, Infinite, I'm going to get the car. He's crying. Oh my God. So that's just adding to the tension that I already have, right? So we get to a stop sign. So I lean over in the back, reach on the floor, try to grab the toy. It's too far under the seat. So I got to put the car in park, take off my seat belt, push my seat back, and get the car. I still can't reach it. So then I have to go in my purse, get my brush, okay, and sweep it back so it could come out from under the seat. I got the car, and I gave him the car. And then he says, Mommy, I love you. Wow. And let me tell you why that's so wow. Because normally, he doesn't just tell me he loved me. I say it, I love you, son. And he'll be like, I love you, Mom. You know, it's normally me initiating it. But this time he said it on his own after I did all that to get his car. I'm like, that was an answered prayer. That's God showing me that he sees my sacrifice. He sees what I'm doing. And he appreciated it. Like, wow. I'm telling y'all, you're going to come up out of everything that you're going through. You're going to look back over your life and you're going to be amazed at what God done. You just got to continue to have faith. Baby, just continue to have faith. Trust me. Truth, love, and transparency always coming from you, girl. Now go on with your day and remember your big